as Osaka makes her first Slam quarterfinal in over 4 years. And as we know, everybody, in her entire career, when she's gotten this far at a major, she wins the title.
She's such a clutch, big match player, Naomi Osaka, and it was remarkable how calm she stayed mentally and emotionally, but also with her body and with her shot, staying down and through it. It was a strategically impressive match to put herself back into the quarterfinals, and you just feel like if she can continue to play this brand of tennis, she absolutely has a chance to win this year's U.S. Open.
Let's hear from both players.
Did you ever imagine you'd be back in this position within 2 years?
Yes. But I don't know, maybe I'm crazy or something, but I always feel like you have to imagine it and then you have to believe it for it to actually come true. But you're also speaking to the kid that like visualized playing Serena too. So I feel like there's a lot of power in like dreaming and believing.
I mean, it's disappointing for sure. It was not the level that I wanted to bring, but it is a step in the right direction, I feel. And I think emotionally how much this week was, I think today I just stepped in and I maybe was a little bit empty, but she forced me to earn every point out there today.
The first few rounds for Osaka, she was driving shots all over the court. A majority of her shots, she was using her forehand line. She was using her backhand cross. That worked for her the first 3 rounds, but a much different Osaka in her match against Gauff. Very deliberate in her attack to the Gauff forehand. And also trying not to get Gauff too wide on that side, was funneling a lot of shots up the middle. So Gauff was forced to hit forehands from that right hip. And for Osaka, forced Gauff to play forehands at least 2/3 of the time, at about 67% for the match. So really, a lot of times...
That's 2/3.
A lot of players go out there to play Gauff. They're not quite sure how to break down the forehand. They know they want to go to the forehand. Osaka was relentless. She was keeping her shots low. The second serve as well. She was sliding them into the forehand, but the forehand body. And Gauff just never got her contact point right. And Osaka knew exactly how she wanted to play it. Then she executed it.
All right, so there are 2 sides to this story. Let's start with the Osaka side. Obviously, a very different player than the one we saw maybe 6 months ago. To your eye, what's the biggest difference?
You know, I think the biggest difference is the mindset. And, you know, she's talked about it. She's touched on it a bit leading up to this match against Coco Gauff. But the fact that she's going out and not looking to be perfect, but looking to get down and compete, even if things aren't going quite as she may want, she is sticking in and digging in. And she's been doing that match in and match out. In this match against Gauff, though, she played strategically a near perfect match. And that was the thing that stuck out really from the beginning. Lindsay talking about her going to the forehand often on second serves as well, but she also opened up the court to the backhand to create that space, and she was very confident doing both. And it was noticeable with Gauff, she did not play a good strategic match. She played better. She served better. The movement's always there. The defense is always there, but she didn't make it a foot race. And too often, she tried to go big, tried to hit toe-to-toe with Osaka, and that's not really where she's at her best. She hit a drop shot, I think, twice, and she won both of those points. So it was a bit of the opposite ends of the coin, where Osaka played unbelievably well, and Gauff just didn't quite have the strategy down.
From Gauff's side of the ledger, Jim, after 2 weeks of talking about her serve, it was actually something else that let her down. The forehand was a problem. Obviously, a lot of stress in her world these last couple of weeks. Where does she go from here?
I like her positivity on the back end of talking to her team and them pointing out, hey, your serve was actually pretty good today. So the trajectory in this cauldron of pressure, she was improving, and she'll go home now and keep working on it. It's going to solidify. I think by the time she rolls into Melbourne for the next major, I don't think the serve is really going to be something she's going to worry about. She's going to have to be just as mindful with the forehand. She does a lot of the Nadal, right? We're going to go to the wide shot here. She goes a lot like this. Are we going to the wide? There we go. She goes a lot like this on her forehand. If you see a lot of what Osaka does, how her forehand does devastating work, she finishes over here a lot. The hand is down. Coco's hand, a lot of the times, the racket is pointing up to the sky. She's not getting any penetration on the shot. That's the next move for her, is developed more of this type of a forehand where she's got her palm down at the finish. that's going to create more of a driving forehand that she can do damage with. Because right now, the only damage she can really do is with angles, right? She can get it off the court. She can't really beat you through the court. Her backhand, she can. I think it's exciting. I'm an optimistic person. I've got to be to work with Lindsay.
Wow.
That's a joke. I love
dig.
Lindsay.
Okay.
No. But
Okay.
look,
Send him the
I
newsletter.
see shots fired.
No,
Segment 2.
I think
Ready?
I'm going to get it. Don't worry. She's going to get better. That's the whole point. Is this was a tough tournament where she put herself under an extreme microscope. Now she gets a little time to do some work in the dark.
It was interesting. She was asked in her post-match press conference, like, what are your plans now? Do you plan to just stay home and work on your game? And she said, no, I'm going to play this fall. I played so well last fall because I didn't really care about the results in the fall, and I started winning tournaments. So she takes a lot of pressure off herself, said that when the U.S. Open's over, she almost feels like the season's over. And then she just starts to work on Australia. To Jim's point, that's her next goal. So we'll see in these tournaments in the fall, is she working on the serve, getting it to be a weapon again? Is she changing her forehand? It's tough at tournaments. She says that's what she's going to do.
It's nice to be imperfect and still be 3 in the world with 2 major titles. Think about how many she might win if she irons all this stuff out.